G'day Guardians, this is a fun one today because the title of this video was not clickbait at all. This is actually a tutorial on how to get a behemoth with infinite time. Because nothing brings me more joy in life than doing the things that Bungie doesn't want me to do and then getting other people to do it too. And it's not like behemoths really needed a duration buff, but why not, right? Now you can just sit in the same behemoth for the entire match start to finish and get everything done. Now normally when you get into a behemoth, it looks like this, with a buff or a debuff on the left called Transport Charter. This is essentially the countdown timer for when the behemoth will disappear. But when you do this glitch correctly, and that debuff doesn't appear, you've got yourself an infinite behemoth. Just some things to note before I actually explain how it works. You can jump in and out of the behemoth and do objectives, and that timer will never reappear. Even your teammates can jump into the behemoth and they will have infinite time as well. So anybody can use this without actually making things more tedious, and it will not impact how you do the run. You can even do this during the campaign questline, which can make doing it on legendary mode really easy. But you're not invincible, you're still in a regular behemoth, and you'll still die just as easily if you take enough damage or get thunder crashed. So don't do this at the very beginning of your run. Just wait until after the invasion happens because you're more than likely going to lose the behemoth, or it's going to take way too much damage just trying to fight the invader, especially if they're prepared and used to taking down behemoths. Now this was actually brought to my attention by someone in the comments of my Undertaker Seal video, shameless plug. And with the help of my clanmate Hoo-Hoot, we managed to figure out what we think is happening and come up with a much more consistent method of triggering this glitch. So how do you do it? From what we tested, you have to throw your behemoth close-ish to a teammate, while looking down at the ground and away from the incoming behemoth. This means that the glitch does require you to have another player around you, and it won't work while solo. They don't have to be in your fire team either, they can just be match-made players. But funnily enough, invaders count as players, so it is possible to trigger this infinite behemoth using the invader's character, but you've just got to hope that they don't kill you or the behemoth first. I've successfully tested this on each of the destinations, so it's working regardless of what mode and area that you're on. It might just take some time to get the glitch to work for you the first time because you might do something wrong. So just to reiterate, activate your Renegade abilities, throw the behemoth with a teammate nearby, look away from the behemoth and then down at the ground, wait for it to spawn in, and then get in your behemoth. Why does this work? I think it's actually easier to explain how it works by showing what should normally happen. See, typically, when you have your own active behemoth, you aren't able to summon another one until it either times out or is destroyed. You're physically not able to activate that Renegade ability during this time, and even when switching to swords, the regular light attack will just stop working. It completely locks you out of that button, of that function. However, teammate behemoths don't lock you out of your abilities, and you're still able to summon a behemoth even if your teammate has one. Except when you summon a glitched behemoth, your abilities aren't locked out. This makes me believe that by looking at the ground when the behemoth spawns, the game can't register or assign it to you or your character, and it just becomes some weird neutral behemoth. Hence the infinite time. And since your abilities aren't locked, you're actually able to summon another behemoth to give to your teammates if they didn't bring their own, allowing the entire team to have infinite behemoths from just one player. You will need to find the Renegade chest yourself, but honestly, with enough practice, you'll eventually memorize the spawn points of all of these chests anyway, like I did while I was testing this. So give this a crack for yourself, and if you think you have a better idea of what's happening, let me know in the comments please, so that everyone can know the correct info. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a wonderful rest of your day.